So, this is an interesting question for you. In most teaching situations, which should be your priority? Each individual or the group? It's a difficult question, but if I'd asked you this 20 minutes ago, before we just went through those situations, I suspect many of you would say, oh, it's the individuals. Otherwise, individually they leave. What's your feeling now? Just compare. What do you, now if I ask you what's the answer, what will happen? Okay, what do you think is more important class, big class? The individual or the group? Okay. Strong student, the group. The medium student, the weak student is goldfish. So after three, I'll count to three. 1, 2, 3. Shout, the individual or the group. But don't shout both. Okay? Choose. It's not a 50-50 situation. One is certainly more important than the other. It's a 51-49 at least. So, after 1, 2, 3, shout, individual or group. 1, 2, 3, group! You're all equal, you see. So if you allow the class to answer individually, you end up excluding the majority. So you need to get group responses much more often. Interestingly, on the CELTA we've just finished, most of the CELTA trainees, when they came on, they got lots of experience. Most of them are here. And they're really wonderful teachers, but certainly better now. But most of them were reluctant to drill. It's true, isn't it? At the beginning there was a reluctance to drill. If you're not drilling a big group, what are you doing? You're mad. The best weapon you have in your pocket is choral drilling, is making them shout, whisper, sing, say it 3 times fast, and all these different types of drills which you can list. I'll leave Maynard a list of drills. There are hundreds of ways of drilling, but it gets everybody together. And if when you're teaching a smaller group, you're not going to do this. When you're teaching a lot, like 4 people, let's shout. If you're stupid, when you've got 20 people, it's perfectly normal to shout. So I think if you're not drilling in every class, even advanced levels, then you're really missing an energizing, group-uniting trick. It's clearly the group. The group is far more important, and the bigger the group, the more that becomes true. Because if the group fragments, what Alan said, if you've got the strong students together, and then the medium students and the weak students hiding or not coming very often and in the end giving up, if the group doesn't carry me, I will reject the group. If I don't feel part of the group, then I'll give up. So if you can get a good group working, they'll stay with you happily and they'll gel and energize each other. If you start to worry about the individuals, in the end, the group will fragment and you will lose them. So your primary responsibility as a group teacher is to make sure they kind of like each other, are happy about the fact that you've got strong, medium and weak students in the class, and they learn to tolerate each other. Just an example for Alan's thing. I was teaching refugees recently in England, and I had a woman in my class who I affectionately call Mrs. Slow, because I've been teaching part-time refugees for many years in England. This woman's been with me for many years, and she's what I call a permanent beginner. She's just never going to get beyond. She's just been with me forever, and she will always be with me, and she will always be a beginner. That's how good I am as a teacher. She's not learning very much at all, so don't trust me. I'm joking. What do? You count 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and there's Mrs. Slow. Very nice. What do? Do I stay here with Mrs. Slow at the expense of the group, or do I say shuffle the students? Every lesson, somebody else takes a turn with Mrs. Slow, so she becomes part of the group rather than outside the group. Rather than in your case. If you don't do that, if you don't bring her in, you'll lose her. Or she'll upset people, or you'll get the strong students leaving because the level of the class goes down too low, because you're over-catering for Mrs. Slow. So you have to think about the group. Does anybody disagree with that? If I'd asked you at the beginning of the session, many of you, I suspect, would have said it's the individuals, because the individuals make the group. But it's not, it's actually the opposite in teaching. They need to help each other. They need to be cooperating, tolerating, stimulating, and all of those things, all the 18 words, together. Do you agree or disagree?
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult, isn't it? We could talk about this for hours. We won't, don't worry.